What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe on YouTube, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'm gonna let a few hundred of y'all come in and then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give a few shout outs to the early birds. What's up, Chocolate? Supreme Nick, what it do? Shannon, China Carter. Who's that? Greta Neely. What's up, Greta? Truth Hurts, what it do? Conroe, Texas, checking in. Grand Society Clothing. Shout out to the business. Z Merritt, Memphis, Tennessee in the building. Doug West, what it do? What it do, Hannibal? I see Charlene Irvin in the building. Cuddy Roger. What's up, Willie Webb? Learning and growing in the building. PM, what's up? What it do? What up, David Blackwell? Family, if it's your first time checking out the show, make sure you smash up the likes. Smash those likes up, fam. Hit that like button when you come in. I'm going in. I'm going in. Well, family, let me put up a picture of Vin Diesel right quick. Let me just tell you right now, straight up, fam. I'm just going to come out the gate with it. Usually I'll wait, and I'm coming out the gate. I'm sick and tired of this Me Too shit. I'm sick and tired of it, bro. Because look, man, anybody who done got really been exposed and really been done wrong, if you handle your business, you got on top of it, cool, man. But all these people just coming out of nowhere, man, and you notice all these lawsuits coming and ain't no broke dudes getting sued. Ain't nothing but power players getting sued. Just dudes with a bunch of money getting sued. Where the broke lawsuits at? Oh, that's right. Ain't no money in that. So now they're going after Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is the latest entertainment industry giant to be accused of a sexual-based violation in a lawsuit. Diesel's former attorney, assistant, Asta Jonathan, let me get it right. Asta Jonathan is suing him for sexual battery. She reportedly filed the suit in Los Angeles today, December 21st. His former employee says that the battery incident occurred in 2010 when he was filming Fast Five. Vin Diesel's production company, One Race, hired Asta to work on location in Atlanta, per the lawsuit. At the time, Asta had reportedly recently graduated from a film school program in Los Angeles. The filing describes her responsibilities as an assistant. Those duties included organizing parties, being Vin Diesel's +1 to parties, and staying close to him during events in case photographs were taken of him with women while his girlfriend wasn't present. Let's take a look at the details of the sexual battery lawsuit. Reportedly, the incident occurred during an event in September 2010. Vin Diesel allegedly instructed Asta to wait in his St. Regis Hotel suite while he entertained a couple of hostesses from a night at the club. The former assistant says Vin Diesel attacked her after the hostesses had left. He allegedly grabbed Ms. Jonathan's wrist, one with each of his hands, and pulled her onto the bed. Jonathan says she asked him to stop and was able to escape his grasp. She then allegedly waited by the suite's front door for him to leave. We'll come back to that. Instead, Diesel allegedly approached her and began kissing and groping her chest as she pleaded for him to stop. According to the lawsuit, Ms. Jonathan was afraid to more forcibly refuse her supervisor, knowing that getting him out of that room was both crucial to her personal safety and job security, the suit stated, per Vanity Fair. But this hope died when Vin Diesel dropped to his knees, pushed Ms. Jonathan's dress up toward her waist, and molested her body, running his hands over Ms. Jonathan's upper legs, including her inner thighs. After he allegedly attempted to pull down her underwear, Jonathan says she screamed and ran down the hotel hall toward a bathroom. However, Diesel didn't let up and pinned her to a wall. He then reportedly used his hand to masturbate his erect penis as she verbally refused. The former assistant says, at that point, she tried to disassociate from the assault and keep from making the actor angry. Several hours later, Vin's sister and president of Race One, Samantha Vincent, reportedly fired the assistant over the phone. Asta had reportedly been on the job for under 2 weeks. Jonathan also allegedly attempted to let me back up. Jonathan also detailed another inappropriate interaction with a one-race supervisor. The person had called the on-duty assistant to his St. Regis room. Once there, he reportedly hopped on the bed shirtless and asked her to come here. In response, she immediately left the room. Okay, how did she get to this legal route? How did she decide to pursue this legal route? Okay, Jonathan's lawsuit seeks to hold Vin Diesel and his production company accountable. She says both participated in an attempted cover-up of the incidents. Meanwhile, she suffered and continues to suffer from humiliation, emotional stress, distress, and mental and physical pain and anguish. Though she signed a non-disclosure with one race, the Speak Out Act of California's AB 2777 provided legal paths for her to sue. The act prohibits enforcement of non-disclosures in case of sexual assault and harassment. AB 2777 temporarily waives the state of limitations for incidents as early as 2009. Vanity Fair reports that Vin Diesel's rep and production company have not responded to their request for comment. He has not addressed the allegation in any social media statements. So let's go back. Let's go back to something that was said earlier. Let's go back to this. He allegedly grabbed Miss Jonathan's wrists, one with each of his hands, and pulled her onto the bed. Jonathan says she asked him to stop and was able to escape his grasp. She then allegedly waited by the suite's front door for him to leave. Why not just leave? I mean, if she was afraid of him, why not just keep going? If you got to the front door, why not just go out the front door and just scream, running down the hall screaming? Why not just do that? I don't know, I don't know. I'm not a woman. I ain't never been, molested or nothing like that. So you know, it's hard. It's just hard for me to wrap my head around it. So maybe somebody can tell me why not run down the hall screaming? Why not, if your life is in danger, why be so wrapped up in trying to get paid? See, one of the things that we don't talk about enough in this country is what you do for money. Let me tell you something. If you don't know what you will do for money, you better know what you won't do for money. If you don't know what you will do for money, you better know what you won't do for money, especially before you go to Hollywood. So if you already know what you won't do for money, when that went down on the spot, you done with them. Ain't no more work. And I don't give a damn. Bills, whatever, man. We gonna shut it down. We about to shut this down. And if you won't get back, let's get them right now. Let's go to the lawyers right now. And let's get this out of the way right now. Let's address this right now. If you feel this is you are his assistant. You got to be around him all the time. An assistant is like an extension of you. The assistant know everything about you. The assistant's got to be with you everywhere you go. You heard what it said in the lawsuit. The lawsuit said she was his plus one. When he would go somewhere, she had to be his plus one. That was part of her duties. So if you know you got to be with this man every day and you that afraid of him, why not? Well, she did say that she was fired immediately. A few hours later, she said the sister fired her. But when she had an opportunity to run like hell, why didn't she just run like hell? And let's get it on. I don't give a damn. Let me tell you something, fam. When I went into the game, I already knew what I was going to do and what I wasn't going to do. So when I went into the room with the cocaine and I saw the drugs, when I saw or heard about certain things that was going on in that building or in that house, I just didn't go. When I heard about how certain people get down at parties, I never aspired to go to their parties. I never requested an invitation, not once. Didn't feel no way about it. Not once. And I'm going to tell you something else. Those people in Hollywood that get down, that's foul, they know who to try and who not to try. So I'm sure if I carried myself that way, I would have got a whole lot more invitations. But some that I did get, I straight up turned down because I ain't want to be affiliated. I ain't want to be associated. Because like I say, you got to know what you will do and what you won't do for money. And that goes beyond the entertainment industry. You got to know what you will do and what you won't do for money. Once people know that you will do anything for money, you'll do anything to keep that job. If a person is uncivilized, if it's a person that got bad intentions, if it's a low-down, dirty scoundrel, they're going to exploit that opportunity. And they're going to use you and make you a personal slave. And if you have a problem with it, they're just going to dangle your career in front of you. And they know what makes you tick. They know that this career and this bag, this money bag, is what makes you tick. Not your moral compass, not your spirit. They already know how to get to you. But see, when they know that you ain't controlled by money, they know that you stand on something, then they know they got to come correct when they deal with you. So what I'm saying, fam, that's got to be some type. Look, man, I get it. One of the worst things in the world is justice denied. But this, where is we gonna? God damn it, we need some damn proof now. We got to start getting some evidence around here, man. You can't just be saying people did this and did that, and you ain't got no evidence. When you go to court in America, for anything else, you got to have some evidence. If they say you stole $1 million out the bank, they got to be able to show that you stole $1 million. They got to see you on video stealing $1 million out the bank. They got to show that you was in control of this $1 million and that $1 million came up. They got to have a paper trail to show that you stole that money. If somebody say you beat them up in the streets, let's take the sexual assault out of it. If somebody say you beat them up in the streets, they got to prove that you beat them up. They got to see some kind of footage. Somebody got to be able, there's got to be some more witnesses standing there saying, yeah, him, he did it, that's him. It's got to be something. Man, they got to do some DNA testing or something. They got dudes who are out here who are committing sexual assault, murdering people, and they're on death row, accused of murder on death row. Before they could put them people on death row, well, not all of them, but most of them, they had to have some kind of evidence, especially in the last 20 years. Those who got caught up 50, 60 years ago, hey, but last 20 years or so, there had to be some kind of DNA evidence. All of these just pointing at people, man, and I get it. What if it was your daughter? What if it was your sister? What if it was your mother? I'm gonna ride. Obviously, I'm gonna ride for my sister, my mother, but at the same time, I got enough sense to know that my sister, my mother, my daughter got to let me know what's going on when it go down. Bring me on in so we can handle that. Look, man, we ain't got to even get this far. Because damn sure ain't going to take no 20, 30 years for me to get justice. Nah, man, ain't going to take that long. Ain't taking no 10 years to get no justice. Oh, no. We're going to handle that. We're going to get right with that. And I don't give a damn who it is. I don't give a damn what kind of big star he is in Hollywood, how much influence they got. Keep on saying, well, this guy is powerful and, he got money. He ain't that powerful. Me Too got him. Me Too on the trail right now. So how powerful is, if he's so powerful, they would not have charged him in the first place if he got that much power. So some of this power that we give people is a figment of our imagination. People, a lot of times people ain't got the power that we say they got. A lot of times we got more power than we think we have. I need some evidence, man. It can't just be pointing fingers and stuff. What if it was your nephew? What if it was your son? What if it was your brother? What if it was your daddy? What if it was your husband? What if it was your boyfriend? Y'all got a good life. Everything going good. As far as you know, he's a decent person. And then somebody 20 years ago, 10 years ago that he worked with say, he tried to do this and he tried to do that. They ain't got no police report or nothing. They ain't filed a police report. They ain't got no picture. They ain't got no video. They ain't got no witnesses. They ain't got nothing, just their word against his word. No, man, we got to change that up. Because at this rate, anybody can get it. And I ain't just talking about people in Hollywood. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Nah, fam, I'm not with that. I'm going to tell you, look, I don't know Vin Diesel from a hole in the ground. Seemed like a respectable man to me. Seemed like a respectable man. I don't know him from a hole in the ground. Seemed like a respectable man to me. Based on the fact that he ain't never been caught up in something like this before, and he don't have a history of this type of stuff, I would think that he would get the benefit of doubt before they would blast him and and try to assassinate his character. Somebody shouldn't be able to just come forward and just say, yo, he did this to me, whoop, whoop, here's a lawsuit, and now this man got to go spend money. At the very least, even if he's innocent, he still got to go spend a whole bunch of money to defend himself. Now, what happens after he defends himself and it turns out that, in the court at least, that he was proved innocent? Is that little assistant with that little bag, is she gonna reimburse him for all that money he spent on lawyers? She gonna get that money back? Nah, man. Somebody just punch, man. Nah, man. Nah, I'm not with that, man. I'm not with that at all. This got to end somewhere. It's got to be some laws changed. It's got to be some. You can't just have this can't just be as arbitrary as it is right now. No, man. No way possible. People just, and here's the thing, fam. Because of this Me Too movement moving the way it is without evidence, anybody can get it. Anybody, man. It ain't just the women who really truly been violated. If a woman really been violated, I hope she get justice. But damn, anybody can just say anybody did something to them. And now this person got to go get a lawyer and spend a bunch of money. This shit got to stop, man. They got to do something about this. They got to do something about it. That ain't gonna work. Miss Aisha asked me, have I been to some Hollywood parties? Yeah, I've been to some Hollywood parties. Believe it or not, every single person in Hollywood is not weird. Everybody in the entertainment industry is not a weirdo. So yeah, I've been to some Hollywood parties that was cool as hell. Didn't see anything inappropriate, at least the time that I was there. You know, what a person does behind closed doors, that's their business. But I ain't see none of that. I saw some at some parties. Some parties I did see something. Some parties I didn't see something. But if I saw anything, I kept it moving. Whatever I saw, if I saw something inappropriate, I got out of there. I moved around quick. I got out of it. I separated myself immediately. Because I stood for something. I wasn't just trying to advance, just trying to get on, you know, just trying to climb the ladder. I wasn't just about that. I remember when I went to the premiere for JFK back in 1990, that would have been 92. 92, yeah, 92. Premiere JFK. And I was standing there, my publicist grabbed me and was like, "Oh, you know, let's take a picture with Kevin Costner. Let's take a picture with Kevin Costner. Want you to get a picture with Kevin Costner." Now me, I'm standing there. I'm not even playing the Hollywood game. You know, like I'm like, man, that's cool, but I'd rather be taking a picture with Denzel. That's how detached I was to the whole Hollywood experience. Now, I ain't gonna lie, knowing what I know now, I would have been more gracious myself. You know, I would have went on, hey, you know what? Let's take this picture. Because I know when they take that pic, They're going to put it out there in the universe, and then that's going to bring me other opportunities because people are going to see me in certain rooms or whatever, and they're going to say, okay, let's get him, let's do business with this guy. So I didn't really understand all that back then. I understand it better now, and I still don't mess with a lot of it, but I do pick and choose when I want to get out there. I jump on out there, but I'm more about the energy than the opportunity. I gotta have, it's gotta be good energy. I gotta be around people that got good energy. It's more about the energy than the opportunity for me. If I'm making a bunch of money, man, and the energy off, then I'll walk away from the money. And I like my money. You know what I'm saying? I get some money. I like getting money. But I'll walk away from it because all money ain't good money. And this is one of them situations, So I get it. I understand, that situations where, people are confused about they working and, they got bills to pay and, maybe they worked their way. They worked hard to get to where they are. And if they speak on this, they may not get hired in the industry again. This person might try to blackball them. I got all of that. I understand that. But I'm just saying, fam, and if somebody been violated, I think that they deserve justice. But I'm saying there has to be some type of damn statute of limitations here, or at least, the very least, some evidence. You got to have some evidence. Anybody can just point and get a bag. It ain't just the people, the people. If somebody been truly violated, okay, they deserve something. But even if you, let's take sexual assault out of the picture. Let's take it out of the equation. If you are trying to get certain benefits in this country for certain, services or whatever, there's a time limit that you have to file. There's a time. You got a certain amount of time that you have to file. When you want to break on your taxes, you have to file at a certain time or you lose that opportunity. You might be able to get it. There's some cases you're able to get an extension. If you're trying to get Obamacare, there's a certain amount of time you have to file before you can file for that year. They got a time limit. It's a time limit. These people just, okay, I got it. If you don't want to put a time limit on it, okay, I get it. No time limit, but give me some evidence, man. Where is the evidence? It can't just be, oh, I was traumatized and I'm still traumatized. And he did this. He did that. She did this. She did that. It's got to be something more than that. It's got to be more than that. Where is the evidence? If you want to break on your taxes, on your home taxes, your property taxes, you got to provide evidence to the board. You got to provide evidence that your home is not valued as high as they say it is. You can't just say, well, yeah, I live over here and, a bunch of houses around me cost $1 million, but my house is only worth $100,000. Oh yeah? Well, where's the proof? My property is only worth $100,000. Tell us how your property is only worth $100,000. Is your property In order for you to be living in a $1 million community and your property be only worth $100,000, your property going to have to be a much smaller. First of all, the land has to be much smaller than the average lot. The lot size has to be smaller, much smaller than the others. And you're probably going to have to, your house is probably going to be it has to be a toe down. It has to be a tear down. You dig what I'm saying? You got to have evidence, man. They got to change these laws, man. Now, this is it, baby. They got to change some laws. They got to change some of these laws. It's time to start voting some people in who going to change these laws. That's right. Vote some people in who are going to change these laws and demand some evidence. Evidence. Now, if somebody's been done wrong and that time expires, they ain't got no evidence, hey, that's tough. That's tough. You know, I feel for them. Not tough as in me being dismissive, but I'm saying I feel for them. But there has to be some type of structure. There has to be some evidence, man. There has to be some evidence. If there's not going to be, in fact, I ain't even mad that it's not. I'm not mad about the fact that there's no if they take away the statute of limitations. I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even mad because I do believe that justice denied is one of the greatest atrocities known to man. So I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that not being a statute of limitations. Hey, listen, just like there's no statute of limitations for murder. There's no statute of limitation for murder. I'm cool with that. You murder somebody, you got to look over your back for the rest of your life. If you physically harm somebody, you got to look over your back for the rest of your life. But you got to have some evidence. That person who's accusing you got to have some evidence, man. Going into the comments. What's up, Nandi Johnston? Judge Drez, what up? Linda, what it do? Ruth Robinson, what's up? Rod Knox, what it do? Raven S. Margaret Pitchford. That's a good point. Keith Moten said, if something happens to your kid at a school, you're not going to wait years later to deal with it. And I'll take that a step further, just to add to what he was saying. To add to his point, you know how we oftentimes say, before you can do for your child, before you can try to raise a child, before you can get a child straight, you have to first set yourself straight. You got to be right by yourself. Before you can try to go get some justice for somebody else, you got to get some justice for yourself. If you won't even get justice for yourself, imagine what you're doing when it comes to children, your children. So justice starts with you. Number one, it starts with not allowing anyone to get away with violating you. Now, anybody can be violated. And I do mean anybody can be violated. But everybody ain't gonna let you get away with violating them. You see what I'm saying? I might not be able to stop a person from slapping me. I might not even be, because I might not see it coming. I can't say what a person won't do, but I can say what he won't do again. I bet you that. I bet you when I finish with him, he won't never, ever, ever slap anybody again in his life. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Yeah, put the mask on yourself before you assist others. How many people listening right now would allow somebody to violate their child at school and then just let it go? Because, well, you know, the school board are too powerful, or the kid that violated them was too powerful, their parents too powerful. They got too much money. They this, they that. You don't want to say anything because, you know, you don't want to bring no negative attention to you. You say, man, you're going to go all out for your baby. I know I am. But I'm going to go all out for me first, because I'm going to set the bar. I'm the standard. If my kids see somebody violating me and getting away with it, they ain't going to respect coming to me to help them, to save them, to provide safety or protection for them. They won't trust that. I wouldn't trust it. What's up, Leon Gardner? Joyce Bryant. Maureen Stein, what it do? If you're just not joining, fam, we're talking about Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is the latest high-powered male in Hollywood to be accused of sexual battery. He's being sued by a former assistant. This assistant claims that, first of all, the assistant's name is Asta Jonasson. And she claims that Vin Diesel sexually assaulted her at a hotel back in 2010. She says they were in a suite. He pulled her underwear down, he actually pulled her dress up, pulled his cargo pants down and masturbated and all this type of stuff. And, you know, and hours later, his sister fired her. And she's been holding on to this for 13 years. Ain't told nobody, at least nobody who could help her or who have provided help. She didn't go to the authorities. There's no police report. She didn't record the incident. There's no text messages between her and him where he is admitting to guilt. There's no text messages between her and him where she accuses him of assaulting her in any type of way. It's nothing. She said this happened in Los Angeles at the St. Regis Hotel. St. Regis, that's a nice, quiet hotel. That's where I stay when I stay downtown. When I stay in downtown Los Angeles, that's where I stay. And it's a quiet place. One little scream, and there would have been a knock at the door. One of the things that I hope that do come from this, all of these sexual assault cases being filed and everything, is that for any person, male or female, who has the unfortunate situation of being caught up in something like that, where they have somebody violate them like that in sexual abuse, physical abuse, whatever kind of abuse, I hope that they take action right away and that this allows them to be brave enough to come forward immediately. I hope that that comes out of this, because that is right now, for those who have a problem with these type of cases, that is the biggest contingency. That's the biggest problem, is why are you waiting 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years to make these claims? Don't know Vin Diesel from a hole in the ground, fam. Don't know him from a hole in the ground, but I've never heard of the dude being caught up in nothing, you know, dirty. And, you know, when you're in Hollywood, when you're in this entertainment industry, you hear a lot. And a lot of times you hear a lot about the same person from multiple sources. And you can make what you want to make of it from there. And I'm talking about multiple reliable sources, people who are in the know, people who are insiders. But we haven't heard that type of energy coming from Vin Diesel. He don't have that type of reputation. Just as Jamie didn't have that type of reputation. You know, I know a lot of people that know Jamie. I know Jamie. I ain't never known Jamie to be that way. Nobody ever accused Jamie of, and listen, fam, when you're moving like that, especially when you got money, it's easy for that power to go to your head and for you to slip up and let it out and start letting people see it, who you really are. It's easy, especially your inner circle. And I know people from his inner circle. They ain't never heard nothing remotely like that about Jamie. So, you know, a lot of times, family, and I'm not saying all, let's make that clear. A lot of times, these women will pursue these men and they come up short. They don't get what they want out of it. They don't get the movie deal. They don't get the promotion. They don't get that record. They don't get that record contract. They don't get that money they thought they was going to get. They don't get that bag they thought they was going to get. Fact, some other chick got the bag. And they probably think that they deserved it more than she did. They did more for him than she ever did. They look better than her. And now they want some get back. They mad. They want some get back. They want some of that money. So you know what? Yeah, I do remember that time where I slapped him across the head and he pushed me back. Yeah, I think I'll file charges. I think I'll file a lawsuit on that. Let me see. Let me call around and see if I can get a low-down lawyer to pick this case up. Let me see if I can get one of them lawyers that don't need no evidence, that don't need no kind of proof. Let me see if I can get one on the phone. Yeah, fam. Nah, I'm not with that. I'm not with that at all. If you want to keep the statute, if you want there to not be a statute of limitations, fine. but bring me some evidence. Bring the public some evidence. Bring the judge, the jury, the police some evidence. No more talk.